I have to say that I wasn't anticipating two videos in a row involving me talking about the weather. But following the video where we'd had floods in Auckland, we of course just this last week suffered all the impacts of Cyclone Gabrielle. That's really had an impact around this diocese once again. The Coromandel and the far north, further flooding, road access, loss of power, isolation of communities. The tragedy that's happened on the west coast beaches of Auckland with houses collapsing and 2 volunteer firefighters affected by that, one of whom has died. But then very quickly our attention's been drawn to the Hawke's Bay and Tairāwhiti, and the real impact of Cyclone Gabrielle has been there. And you'll have seen the images on television and the news stories. I don't need to recount those for you, but I think that region has got to be the one now where we give a real focus in terms of our prayers and our concern and any practical help that we'll be able to give. This morning, it's Thursday when I'm recording this, we've had a regular weekly video link up between the Tikanga Pākehā bishops. Bishop Andrew Hedge, the Bishop of Waiapu, has been working for part of his time with St John, where he's an ambulance officer, and he was able to give us some insight into the frontline work that's going on there. It's a pretty tough situation, so we were grateful for that. Archbishop Philip is currently in Ghana at a meeting of the Anglican Consultative Council, and towards the end of our meeting was able to tune in with Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury, who offered us some encouragement and support. And I thought a really lovely touch was that Bishop Andrew was at an ambulance station while we were talking, and some other ambulance officers were there, and Archbishop Justin was able to greet them and to thank them. So really hope that was something special and an encouragement to those people who are doing so much for the community. In the midst of all of that, we're approaching Lent. I think it's going to be such an important season for us to reflect on our lives in the midst of all that's kicked off our year, to be thinking again about what lies at the heart of who we are and of our response to Christ, the way in which we can live and give of ourselves to others in support and in acts of love and grace and care. So use Lent well in that way, so that we really do strive to build the kind of communities that are strong together, that look out for one another, that reach out in times of real need. But above all, please, at this time, more importantly than anything else, hold the people of our nation and these affected communities in your prayers as they seek to find hope and a way forward to recover and to look to a future.